happening now, a couple of different things. One of the things we wanted to check in on is a press conference, a gathering by faith leaders at this location. You can kind of see the memorial too in the middle there with all the flowers. Ryan, do we have an opportunity to kind of listen in on some of that? Okay, no problem. All right, thank you. Let's listen in.
Let the record be clear that that was not an accident. It was murder. An execution. This was also a very predictable outcome.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
An outcome by an agency operating with masked, unaccountable militia, unleashed by a MAGA administration that has treated Minnesota like an occupied territory. Kristi Noem's ICE has escalated harassment, terrorized our neighbors, come after immigrant families, intimidated Muslim leaders, targeted school parents, and now has taken the life of an American citizen in public view in broad daylight. In the Holy Scriptures, in the Bible, it says, "Woe to those who decree unjust laws." Today, that woe belongs to DHS, to ICE, and to those in Congress who refuse to hold them accountable. And so we have our demands. Us clergy, hundreds of clergy across this state who have gathered together across faith traditions, are standing with the rest of Minnesotans saying, "Not again." Not again. We have three demands in this moment. One, that the ICE officer who shot Renee Good must be arrested, charged, and prosecuted. Federal badges do not put anyone above the law. That also means that the FBI must release the evidence to Minnesota law enforcement so that they can actually investigate. The second demand, ICE must immediately cease its surge in operations in the state of Minnesota. Has proven itself to be a reckless, incompetent, and incapable completely of respecting human dignity or human rights or the Constitution. And so they must leave the state. The third demand is that we call on Minnesota's congressional delegation and the United States Congress. This is your job. I'll say it again. This is your job. Oversight is not optional. Oversight is not optional. Step in and investigate. Hold DHS, Kristi Noem accountable so that we don't lose another life. Every person listening, I encourage you to contact your congressional leadership and let them know that ICE has no place here. Let them know that this must be investigated and prosecuted. Let them know that the FBI must release the information to the BCA here in Minnesota so that they can do an investigation without federal impediment. celebrations here represent love and compassion and justice and peace. Amen. And we come not just in peace, but demanding it. Yes. And to demand peace. Yes. In the scriptures it says, peace, peace, when there is no peace. Amen. To demand peace means that you must demand justice. Yes. That means that ICE needs to go. As people of faith, we stand together. ICE out now! 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 And take off your mask! As people of faith here, we stand together. We stand here with community. We stand here because we know that when violence happens, we cannot be silent. When our neighbors are hunted, we do not hide. We organize. And so Renee Good stood for her neighbors. We now will stand for her. We call the public to join us. Clergy and community together until accountability is real, until justice is real and visible, and Minnesota is free from this terror. Yes. Can you all hear me clearly? Yes. All right, I am going to now introduce our next speaker.
My name is Martha
So we are listening
Bardwell.
to some faith leaders who are gathered at 34th in Portland. You can see that aerial shot. Several people joining them today in this planned protest. Clearly, their messaging is to peacefully protest. Also, they want ICE out of Minnesota. Another sentiment that was echoed again today by the governor. We're going to hear from him in just a second. I want to set up what we're going to hear, though, because there was a really big development in the investigation that happened just a short time ago. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, which is the investigative arm of the state, will no longer be investigating this shooting along with the FBI. If you remember yesterday, as we were covering this in real time, we were told that the FBI and the BCA would be coordinating together and working together. The BCA was there on the scene. This is I just want to read you part of the statement here. This is something, not sure that it's unprecedented, but it's definitely something I don't remember us ever kind of coming across before. So this is a statement from the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension here in Minnesota. They say, they were notified about yesterday's shooting. They say yesterday morning, after consultation with the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the FBI, it was decided that the BCA Force Investigations Unit would conduct a joint investigation with the FBI. The BCA responded promptly to the scene and began coordinating investigative work in good faith. Later that afternoon, the FBI informed the BCA that the U.S. Attorney's Office had reversed course. The investigation would now be led solely by the FBI, and the BCA would no longer have access to the case materials, scene evidence, or investigative interviews necessary to complete a thorough and independent investigation. Without complete access to the evidence, witness, and information collected, we cannot meet the investigative standards that Minnesota law and the public demands. As a result, the BCA has reluctantly withdrawn from that investigation. So this is something that Governor Walz talked quite a bit about, the Commissioner of Public Safety, Bob Jacobson, as well. One question that was asked before we listened to Governor Walz's sound here, a question that was asked by our Corin Hoggard to the Commissioner of Public Safety is, what is protocol when a federal agent is involved in a deadly use of force or a deadly shooting? What is protocol typically? And the commissioner did say that it is typically, generally speaking, the FBI does take over those cases. There are some cases where the BCA will stay involved. So that's kind of the context for you here. And here's what Governor Walz had to say just a short time ago.
I think it's clear to everyone as they saw this that it feels now that Minnesota has been taken out of the investigation. It feels very, very difficult that we will get a fair outcome. And I say that only because people in positions of power have already passed judgment, from the president to the vice president to Kristi Noem, have stood and told you things that are verifiably false, verifiably inaccurate. They have determined the character of a 37-year-old mom that they didn't even don't know. They've determined that the actions are done. I don't know. I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened. I've asked us to find the answers. The only way we find the answers is a thorough investigation by nonpartisan professionals.
And then the governor also adding that he anticipates there will be some civil matters as well in this, lawsuits, things like that. So the plea to the president and to the Trump administration from Governor Walz today is